Hello, everyone, and welcome to another installment of Where in the World. We're off to Vietnam this week. If you've tuned in, you know that already. Got our friend Bon Can there in Hue in the middle of Vietnam. How are you, Bon? It's morning over there. Good morning.
Uh, I'm full of beans. I I just have a
Coffee
coffee
beans.
with coconut. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
my hot starter.
very nice. So anyway, Sarah's going to be joining us shortly. She was detained a little bit, but she'll be joining us in a little bit. We'll watch for her to jump in. Bon has agreed to give us a little virtual tour of his hometown of Hue. He's starting there at his little local coffee shop that he likes. And he's going to hop on a motorbike because that is the transport of Vietnam, the transport of choice. I've never seen so many motorbikes in my life as I have at the various city corners in Hanoi, but not as busy in Hue. So we're going to see some of this virtual tour from the back of a motorbike. And then we will end up at the Citadel, the former imperial city, the capital of Vietnam in centuries past. So Bon, why don't you take it away? You are in charge.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. So if some of you saw me yesterday in a coffee shop, and I tell you that it's a coffee shop, coffee in Vietnam is become very popular. So this is a quite big coffee shop, and it's quite humble in my village. And you see people gather, family gatherings, got a corner play corner for kids. Some people having breakfast, some start to come. So this is one of 7 coffee shop in my little village, just outskirts of Hue. And yeah, we love this here because it's quite green, and actually a lot of houses here is fairly big, about a couple thousand hectares. 1/3 of a hectare is quite common. And some of the family, they live here for the last few hundred years. And this family, they used to work for monarchy. The ancestor worked for monarchy, and so they granted a big piece of land. And I think there's a 5th generation still living here. And they turned the front part of their yard into the coffee shop to serve for the neighbor. And I have my friends here, and he will take me on the back of the motorbike. So Mr. Long, okay.
Hello.
Yeah, Long is a very he's an enthusiastic cyclist. He rides bicycle every single morning. I am not that fit. So Long, shall we go? Okay. So we see, by the way, coffee in Hue often come with some green tea. So this green tea, because our coffee is quite sweet, so this one can help it to fresh up our mouth after drinking sweet coffee. Yep. So motorbike is very common in Vietnam. According to the statistic, we have about 50 million motorbike on top of 97 million of population. So Vietnam is one of the capital of motorbike in the world.
I believe
Okay,
that.
you can see my village. Yeah, they Wi-Fi everywhere. This could be interesting for you to know. And we pay great attention to COVID. So any coffee shop, any restaurants, any hotel, in public places, we have a QR code like this, and we just focus our cameras on, and we turn 4G or Wi-Fi on, and then we can declare our health status. If you've got any symptoms, any suspicious symptoms such as coughing, runny nose, so we can declare them straight away. And we leave our phone number when you declare, and we need any help, they can contact us straight away. So yes, this is very common. There's about 100,000 pieces of QR code like this in town. So every QR code they dictate where it is, which sort of where it is hang, what the name of the business. So it's very organized here actually. I'm not sure you have this kind of thing in US, but it's very common here. Okay, so helmet are compulsory. If you don't have helmet on, the ticket will be applied. It is about $10 if you don't wear one. Yeah. Okay, so that is quite a few scooters in my village, and we drive along the village path, and it's not it's not common for the bus for the truck to come here, so it's quite green. Okay, this is one of family's shrine where they worship ancestor. This is a mansion of the successful farmer. Now he got about 30 hectares of farmland. He focused on organic farming. So yeah, he's quite well known in my area. And you can see the big building, the big one, that is a kindergarten for my village. So all the rooms are very well ventilated. Yeah? And they have most of the room where the kids stay. They have air conditioner, so keep themselves cool during the scorching heat summer. Okay, it's entering into the house. Yeah. So yeah, they during the wet season in Hue, which is from late October, sometimes this road cover in the water. And you see, this is a big house, very big house, and this belongs to the man who was born and grew up in Hue, but now he runs a couple of big company in Saigon. So he built this mansion just for fun. When he came back to his birthplace, he and friends can come here and entertain themselves. It's a very big place. And on the second floor, where he got a big shrine to worship his ancestor. And I would like to show you this. Okay, there's a bit of a ceremony going on here, and this is to commemorate the death, the victim of French when French attacked Hue in 1883, and they killed a couple of thousand innocent people. So yearly in early in June, and people throughout the city of Hue had a big ceremony to commemorate, to remember their lost ancestor. Okay, so it is a community work. People put money in, and they cook the food, prepared offering for the dead, and later on they share the meal together. Okay, so little now here. Sometimes I go here for fishing for fun. Yeah,
yeah,
it's quite green here.
Very nice and green. Yeah,
yeah, and yeah, coffee shop here. Yeah, I can go here in the afternoon to drinks. Yeah. Food and beer, drinks here. Some strong rice wine. Corner for kids here, and this is entrance to the ancestor house where they got a big altar to worship ancestor. And yeah, there's a bit of gardenings around here too. Okay, could be interesting for you to see the side where stay hostel. Yeah, it's actually reserved for mainly the primary customer is a couple in the city. Yeah, they're not allowed to live together, so they want to have a bit of privacy from their parents, so they come to rent a room. Yeah. Okay, so we are now heading out to the main road, and then why we're going to drive along Perfume River. I just wonder if you can see it. Can you see it? Because I'm afraid that I on the bike and it could be a little bit shaking. This is a coffee shop.
Yeah. You can hear the shaking too in your voice.
Okay, here. All right, so got a karaoke sign up there. Yeah, karaoke is still very popular, and due to COVID, so the buses stay stationary like that for a few months by now.
Yeah,
that's why it's at. More coffee shops here, little trucks.
Now that's a lot of coffee shops. Does this just happen to be Coffee Shop Road, or are there?
No, this is very common. Every single village road, there are some coffee shops. And I forgot to point out the noodle shop. And this is a doctor house. He's quite popular. If people need the help, come to see him. And the consultation is free. And this is a favorite place for men in the afternoon. Here we come for some beer. Okay, we are on the main road now. Okay, see on the left-hand side, the restaurants, cheap restaurant. You see the side Cơm mean rice. And beside rice, you can get quite many other dishes. Coffee shop again, yeah, this one, coffee shop. And noodle shop on the left-hand side, you can see the Sai Bún, which is noodle shop. Motorbike repair shop, which is they often busy. Yeah, a lot of motorbike here, so very busy.
Leave that.
They clothes shops. You can see a coffee shop again. Okay, another coffee shops here. Another noodle shops. That's on a dental clinic. Yeah. Cake shop, and this is another kindergarten. Yeah, this one run by a Catholic. So, and on next is a local hospital, and on my right hand side is one of the most famous river in Vietnam, called Perfume River. The water very clean, and in early morning from 4:30 to 6, a lot of people swim in the river. And myself, I go swimming 3 to 4 times in the late afternoon. Yeah. The river quite deep though. It is about, in the middle of the river is about 15, 16 meter deep, which is about 45 to 50 feet deep. And it is a big Catholic area. It is, I don't know if I forgot the word for this. This is where they train master and priest.
Is that Catholic presence left over from the French colonial period?
No, it's still function.
Right, but is that how it got
It's still
started?
function.
Is that how it got started? Was with the French?
And this is a big gate into the royal mansion in the past. And they're building another coffee shop here. You can see there's a big coffee shop here. They can serve about 300 guests at the same time. Yeah. Okay, this is a big karaoke shop in my village. So from now on, we getting to a small urban part of Hue. So there's a train line run from Hanoi through Hue down to Saigon, and the train is not very busy.
Whoop. Well, we've obviously lost Bon. Let's I'll just be patient here and see if he comes back shortly. I will comment while I'm waiting here that you know, I mentioned it earlier. Being in Hanoi, that was my first stop in Vietnam on my first trip, and sitting in the hotel, we were in a high-rise hotel, and you'd look down on the busy intersection down below us, and when the light was red, literally hundreds of scooters, small motorbikes, would pull up, you know, and then just like a big swarm of bees. And of course, that's what it sounds like a little bit too. When the light would turn green, whoosh, off they would go, and it would build up on the other direction. So, I mean, you know, it just seemed like motorcycle city. And of course, we're not seeing that level of density down in Hue. It's a smaller town. And Bon was telling me that with the COVID situation that, you know, there's just not that much going on in Hue right now anyway. So I hope that he is able to pick up a signal again here in a minute. I don't really know how to entertain everybody while we're waiting. Yeah, I think I should probably, well, I want to give him a little bit more time. There he is. And we will admit him again. It'll take a half a second. Hey, Bon, you're back.
Hey, sorry, yeah, due to some
Yeah.
technical issue. I don't know how it's happened, but sorry.
You're back just in time. I was out of things to say, and I was just sitting here staring at the screen. So you came back just in time.
Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, motorbike. And you can see on the motorbike, a lot of people wearing jackets because the sun is very intense, and no one want to get burned.
Turn the camera horizontal, Bon.
Can you see it?
Yeah, but it's sideways. Can you turn it horizontal? And we've lost the video. I still have you, but no video. We're going to readmit Bon here. Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay, sorry for.
That's all right.
Okay, so we continue our visit. Okay, the trip to the lands of Bonn. Okay, so this is the local bus stop, and the city is quite green, and there's a path along the waterfront. So in the afternoon, a lot of people go jogging, exercise. There are some sport equipment. You see there. You can see there. Yeah. So people go swimming, exercise, jogging, cycling. Some people do yoga.
Bon, you're still sideways. Turn the phone horizontal. There we go. Thank you.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can see on the other side, other side of the river, that is a new theater. It can accommodate up to about 700 guests, 700 audience, and it's fairly new building in town. And it is 20 past 9 over here, but this is I can feel the heat strike me already.
Yeah.
So yeah, some people doesn't want to go out, stay home, or find a coffee shop like you saw earlier and stay there for a bit of enjoy cooler air. Yep. So yeah, some people selling lottery here, selling fortune. So motorbike over 20 years ago, it was a status symbol. 20 to 30 years ago, if anyone can afford for a motorbike, he could be Casanova easily. But nowadays, every family would have a motorbike for themselves to get out and about. So this is our temple, and people often gather here to sell orchids. It is quite popular place to buy and sell orchid in the city. In the early morning, it's not that busy yet. So where it's really hot during the summer, and it's rain a lot. The rainfall is huge, especially from September till late of November. It could rain incessantly for a week long.
Wow.
and it's not a great time to come to visit Hue during from September to late of November. I can see on my left-hand side the big wall running around. That is for Citadel, and a big tall flag tower. It's nearly it's about over 100 feet tall, and with big national flag on it. And you can see here the building on the. You can see building in the lands, and in the past, if the king have any important to inform the public, a lot of paper would be hang up here, so the public would know what the king would like to inform them. And on another building here, next to the river, that is where the king came out in a hot summer day if he want to get some fresh air, and he can get on the boat, a royal boat. They just build a boat, remodel after the royal boat on the river. So it is quite popular at weekend for local people to come drink coffee, and in the late afternoon they serve food, and the royal boat can go up and down the river. So it's quite fun city to be with, and you can see it may sit, it may not. They there's some replica of the cannons, old cannons, on the second layer of the foundations. At night, 9 p.m. They shoot the cannon, so you can hear a bit of noise and a bit of flare. The fire come out from it.
I thought those cannons were real when I saw them. I thought they were original and real.
I'm
sure I was mistaken.
No, there are two cannons. There's one, the cannon we're going to see later on in minutes. That is the original one, but that one was a replica. And you see the real one, the authentic one, the original one, in about 30 seconds.
Ah, okay.
So we are crossing the little bridge to get inside the citadel. You can see on the wall there's some hole. That is a bullet hole left over from 1968. And here, everyone you see coming up is the big cannon.
Yes.
Cannons here. Yeah. So it's made of copper. It's very heavy, super heavy. It is. I think it's hard for you to imagine, to figure out how heavy it is. So one piece like this, one piece of cannons weighed about 7 tons, made of copper. So how many ounces is that? How many pounds is that, Rick?
Say it again.
7 tons. 7,000 kilograms. 7,000 kilograms would be about
15,000 pounds.
50,000 pounds. Okay, yeah. So these 4 pieces made back to made in 1803. There are 4 pieces on this side, stand for 4 seasons of the year, and symmetrically on the other side, which is quite far, which is about half kilometers away. On the other side is 5 pieces of cannon, stand for 5 elements of universe, which is earth, wood, water, fire, metal, and something else. Good. And earth, wood, water, fire, and metal. Wind, what do you say? And here, and normally, if COVID didn't happen, there would be a lot of local people travel at this time of the year, because it is now in July. The children have the summer holiday, but COVID make a huge change, and the town is very quiet. And so there are 3 walls altogether. The big one you see here, I am showing it to you. It's very long. It is about, if you're familiar to kilometers, so this will run around. It's cover a length of 10 kilometers. 10 kilometers in circumference. And in front of it, on the other side, is a big moat, 25 to 40 meter wide, 4 meter deep originally. And there are 10 gates like this. Like you see here, there are 10 gates to get in. So I just drove through one of 10 gates. Even though even COVID happens, but they still take a good care of scenery. Greenery is still very well kept. And second enclosure, second wall is here. You can see. So behind this wall, they call Imperial City, where the royal offices and the royal family resided in. So Huế was capital of Vietnam since 1802 till 1945. The last monarchy of Vietnam is Nguyen. So I'm sure that some of you may see the family name Nguyen. It's quite difficult for you to say it correctly. It's spelled Nguyen. Nguyen is the most common family name in Vietnam. Nguyen account for about 40% of population. And in the world, Nguyen is the fourth most common family name in the world, after Wang, Yang, and Smith. Yeah, and 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 unfortunately, the king, the monarchy in Vietnam, ended up in 1945. And but a lot of relative of royal family still stays around Huế. And the coffee shop I just sat in earlier. They are descendant of royal family, and royal family, they have a lot of relatives. Most of kings, they have plenty of wives. I feel scared to know about the number of wives that some of the king have. The most notorious king of Vietnam. Do you know how many wives did he get for himself? Over 500.
Oh my goodness.
Can you believe that? Over 500. He will struggle to remember 1/3 of his wife's name.
Yeah.
And he had 142 kids. And remember, you can think that only just from offspring from one king only, from 142 kids, there could be many thousands after 3 or 4 generations. Okay, so in front of us is the south gate, and there are 4 gates to get into Imperial City. So the outer wall, there are 10 gates to get in. So that's the big wall to protect the royal site. And this is the second enclosure. So you want to see in the past, you want to see the king, how to go through this gate. And you can see in the distance, you got a big hole there. That is a leftover. That is a injury, the scar from the war, 1968. There was a big fight here, and they did a lot of damage to royal site. But since Huế on the list of UNESCO, a lot of effort has been invested to restore it. So it look very, very good now. And it's so hot, so you see the water in the canal, in the moat, is very low, and lotus seed start to grow. Yeah. Lotus seed in Huế is very popular. It's known for its delicate flavor. Yeah. Yesterday, Reed, I sold 50 kilos of lotus seed. Not from here though. We're not allowed to collect it from here. We collect from the big lake in the rural area. Okay, so
remind us, Bon, when would this have been the capital of Vietnam? When was this?
Okay, sorry, I will redress it. So after the long civil war in Vietnam and 1802, beginning of the 19th century, Nguyen family decided to choose Huế as a seat of power of the country. And it was a capital from 1802 to 1945. So the royal family lost power at the end of World War II. and Hanoi were chosen as the capital of modern Vietnam. So luckily, a lot of they don't destroy the new government. They didn't remove any of royal sites, so it still remain in quite good shape. Even many with a lot of effect, a lot of effect, a lot of bad effect from the natural disaster and the war, but they still remain quite intact. So in the past, no matter who you are, when any person, even the king, when he was on the horse, he came to this part, he have to get off the horse. You can see here, if you can read Chinese, yeah. Last two bottom letters. This one called, this is xia, mean get off, and this is a horse. Yeah. So Vietnam used to use Chinese characters, Chinese writing for thousands of years. And if you read, if you come to Vietnam nowadays, you see letters in Latin alphabet. So that is a Western influence. But in the past, we use Chinese based Chinese character like this for thousands of years. So read. Shall we bike on the motorbike to go around, or should I getting in?
Yeah, let's go back on the motorbike. That was kind of fun, and go around the exterior wall there.
By the way, there are 3 gates to get in there, everyone, and yellow gate it's since the king application, last king application is already closed like this, and the yellow big gate in the past reserved for the king only, and 2 side gate reserved for court official to get in and out. And on the second, you can see that 2 floor, the ground floor to get in, and the upper floor for the king to come up to deliver speech and to do some significant events of royal family. And yeah, I can feel like I have lost 1.5 kilos since I got on motorbike by now. So I will bike on the bike, and I give you quick tours around the outer wall and some residential area. So I am on the north side of the city. So you don't see any big building. No big tall buildings are allowed to build on this side. And you can see in the distance, a tall building. That is the south side. On the south side, they can build a high building, not apply for north side. But one major difference between, if you've been to Forbidden City in China, inside the Imperial City, you never see any trees. But in Vietnam, there are plenty of trees. The building in Vietnam, royal family building is not too big. It's stay in harmony with the nature. In China, they're afraid that there would be some assassination happens to the king, so they cut down all the trees. But inside Imperial City, there are plenty of trees, a lot of fruit trees. Okay, everyone, this could be good for you to know. Okay, this used to be the icon of the new emerging wealth in Vietnam. You can see the sign Honda. Yeah, Honda is the most common brand in Vietnam. And for car, which is a Toyota. And Honda Dreams, this is 100cc. And by the 1990s, this one, with it cost by the 1990, early 1990s, this one would cost about $3.5 to $4,000. At that time, that would be that amount of money you can afford for the house in countryside. You could afford for 2 flats in the city. And this actually here we call mobile home. So it could be equated, it could be exchanged this motorbike for the house easily. Yeah, that was history. So it was a dream of nation. Any young guy would like to have one of these. Yeah. So this one is about 20, I guess, is by looking at the number plate, I can tell this about 25, 20, 26, 25 to 26 years old. That's still good, still running. Yeah. So that needs to be stated as symbol. You can be Casanova easily if by 1990 you can afford for this. And yes, actually, I knew it well because at 1994 I was 18 years old. So we every day we got after we got into university, and we asked, hey, what do you want to do in the future? One of first answer we said, I love to work to have a Honda Dreams. Now I have a little car to drive around. So it's lovely that the green percentage in Hue is quite big, different from Hanoi and Saigon. It doesn't have much greenery, but Hue they have a lot of them, and all the trees are well cared. You can see a little plaque here. So every tree they got a book, they got a website, so they keep track of the tree. So on the website they would update the status of the tree. Is it healthy or not healthy? What type of tree is it? So yeah, they keep quite good account of the trees here. Okay, so this is my little bike. It is 100cc. It's not very common brand in Vietnam, which is Yamaha, and I like it because it's very reliable and eco-friendly. Okay, Mr. Long, can you give me a ride? Okay, helmet back on because we don't want to get a fine. Chạy một vòng quanh thành. Okay. Okay, here we go. So in the small city, life is much slowly of pace. So in the city, people drive at the speed of 25 to 30 km, maximum 40 kilometers per hour. You can see we are doing about 25 kilometers per hour. That is quite normal speed, especially for a lady.
So is this like a big park around the Citadel? I don't really remember.
This is it's not really a park. It's already green like this, and you can see a couple of rundown houses here. In the future, this will be removed, and in this location, formerly it was a working palace of different royal ministry. So now the government have a bit more money. They try to evacuate people, and they rebuilt. They're going to rebuild the old building. That is the east gate to get in and out of the imperial city. Yeah, there's a little park here, everyone. Yeah, so so in the early morning, a lot of people doing exercise out here, dancing, yoga, and aerobic is quite common. Yeah, so you can see the wall running around here, the big cover, metal cover, and they will rebuild one of the royal buildings. So it will be come back in the future. So the current mayor of the city, he want to make Hue a bit nicer. So he ordered to plant various type of flowers on the pavement, on the sidewalk. Okay, coffee shops here. Yeah. So for coffee lover, you can find coffee easily in Vietnam. You see the flower bouquets.
Oh, look at that.
On the way to deliver.
Sarah, we passed at least 15 coffee shops in 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of them here. Okay, and a local brand of car called VinFast. And VinFast, they plan to sell car in USA soon. 2025, they plan to sell electric car in USA. The VinFast, Vin is the biggest private company in Vietnam, and the owner of Vin is second or third richest guy in Southeast Asia. Motorbike shops. Yeah. Some of the bike are new. Coffee shop. Local offices here. So paperwork will be done here. And interesting, they got a sign outside said, "Say no to smoking." Okay, so this is school. Yeah, school. And I can see on the Humble Gate. The Humble Gate is seen in the distance. That is the North Gate to get in and out of the royal site. So when I first stopped, I stopped at South Gate, and this is a North Gate. And the two-story building there, that is where the king came up for some fresh air in late afternoon. Okay, coffee shops here, you see. Another coffee shops here. Yeah. Okay, you see on it. So a bit of car care center. Yeah. Motorbike again. Yeah. This is a second-hand motorbike. Yeah. Another second-hand motorbike shop. Beer, but it's closed now.
Noodle shops, coffee shops, beer, and motorcycles. That's all
this
we've
one
seen
is
so far.
okay. This one is very. Okay, this one is very common in the summer, which is sugarcane juice.
Yeah.
And they squeeze it. They put in some kumquats. It is super refreshing. They sell a lot a day. And you can see the sugar canes here. He put it in. Yeah. So in the past, on the roadside, some places they could not access electricity, so they will have to maneuver by hand. But here at home, so he can plug in electricity, so he don't have to squeeze. He don't have to to wind it up. And they serve in a big cups. And it's about half liters, and one of cup of sugarcane juice costs about 30 US cents, 30 cents, and it's very refreshing. And surprisingly, a lot of people I travel with love it a lot. Okay, they pet shop, coffee shop, some modern car. You don't see very old car in Vietnam because we're not allowed to to import old cars. We're not allowed to bring in second-hand cars, so all the cars are fairly recently made. So they pay a lot of attention to carbon emission. So old car are not allowed to bring in the country. So in Hue, you can see a lot of places like this. This is where they worship the ancestor. This is quite a wealthy family. The big building behind the gate, that is where they worship the ancestor.
So like a private family shrine.
Yeah, family shrine. Yeah, where they remember where the place they descendants come and pay respect to the ancestor. Yeah. Headstone shop. And the big white villa you can see in front of me. And this guy who supplies about 1/3 of footwear in the city. So where is small city? We know each other. A lot of people know each other. Okay, it's fairly big house here. Another family shrine, you can see. It is a beer shop in the coffee and beer shop in the afternoon. Another coffee shops here, Rick. Yeah. Coffee shop. Another coffee shop. Yeah, this one a bit more quiet.
Good grief.
Another coffee shops here. Yeah. And
Yeah.
this is noodle shops. Yeah. Ceramic shops. And food shop, dry food shop. Another coffee shops. Fruit shop, coffee shops here again. Noodle shops, noodle on the roadside. Yeah. Another noodle shops. Yeah. I can smell it easily. This is where they serve long dress or áo dài, local traditional costume for lady. Bit of fruit shop, bit of the small local market is here.
You know, Bon, this is why I like Vietnam so much. It's beer, it's coffee, it's noodles, and it's, you know, really great fruit. No, I mean, how can you not like Vietnam?
And if you miss your ancestor, you can see them in this house easily. Yeah. So another coffee shop. Yeah, you see 9 o'clock, nearly 10 o'clock. Yeah, a lot of people still sitting there socializing. Yeah. Some do work.
Oh, looks like we're having a little
Some
technical.
just talk to friends. Yeah. Hello, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it seems to be okay now.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you can see in the distance that is West Gate. So I started from South Gate. I take you to East Gate, Humble Gate to the north, and in the distance that is the east one. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a big area, the Citadel.
Yeah, the total area of Citadel is 530 hectares. I don't. Yeah, it's a fairly big area. So if my calculation, my conversion is right, it would be more than 5 kilometers. Another family's drive. Yeah. Okay, if you need more coffee, yeah, coffee shop is here. Coffee again. Another coffee is here. Coffee and food here. Sweet. Yeah. Okay, a lot of places you can do. Barber shops.
I've decided that people in Hawaii only sit around and drink coffee all day and do nothing else.
Yeah, and beer is here. Fair bit of beer.
Yeah, later in the day, maybe we'd see some beer.
Coffee again. Yeah. Noodle shops. Yeah. Yeah. The takeaway drink shops. Okay, so this is a smaller city, so people are not in hurry. Another coffee shops. Another coffee shops.
All
okay,
right.
This. I think by the time I visit another coffee shop, you may set up a coffee shop now.
Look, I got to tell you, it's starting to be a little bit repetitive here. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. I don't think we need to see any more coffee.
Yeah, so it's a lovely city, very rich in cultural and history, and it's brilliant spiritual life here, and especially Hue food. Hue food, Vietnam in general is up and coming, popular for the food. And according to local, Hue is the best in Vietnam. And there's so many variety here to eat and to try. And a great legacy left by royal family with a system of royal palace and a king tomb, king mausoleum. And very, very deep, rich spiritual life. Yeah. Where people is more spiritual than anywhere else in Vietnam. You can see the little ritual service on the roadside earlier. And I can tell you one more thing, which is strained me, which is the regular funeral here is about 5 days long, where the rest of the country is 1 or 2 days only.
Okay.
Okay, we're driving out of Imperial City on the main road again. So, Reed, I think we should, next time we might spend 3 days in Hue, so we have more time to discover this little gem of Vietnam. there are many hidden parts that the major tour could not cover due to the duration. We plan to stay 2 nights. It's hard to see everything.
Well, I know Sarah said before that was one of her favorite places. So yeah, we'll have to discuss maybe taking a little bit of extra time there. But
Yeah.
I think we've seen enough of Hue, at least the historic part for now. So thank you for
Okay,
being our
yeah.
guide again, Bon. And I love the visuals from the back of the scooter. That's just gives one a real sense of Vietnam. So Sarah, did you have any last comments on Hue before we sign off today?
Well, I just wanted to say that, you know, Hue is a really neat destination, and it is the one that probably stuck with me the most. Actually, everybody loves Hoi An, you know, that's really fun, but there's something very soulful about Hue. And also I loved all of the palaces and the tombs that you can see. It's very, very interesting.
Tombs
Yeah,
are-
and I agree with you, Bon. I think we could easily have used 3 days there. Frankly, I'd have done 3 days there over the 3 days in the Mekong, actually. It was my favorite destination. That's why I was so happy to hear you live there now. That was by far my favorite destination.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Well, that's
All right. So
a good place for us to end.
All right, everybody. So thank you so much, Bon, for sharing with us your hometown today of Hue. And for those of you watching, that's H-U-E. It looks like Hue, and it's
Hue. Yeah. Okay. It's
Vietnam.
always my great pleasure. Yeah. So if you'd like to know more about Hue, if anyone have a request to know more Hue, please contact Reed and Sarah, and I'm more than happy to do more insight about Hue. Yeah, so far we just covered the outer part of it. So anyone want to go deeper into Hue, Sarah and Reed can set it up, and I'm more than happy to run around like Helly Chicken, yeah, to show you.
Running around like a headless chicken. Awesome.
Okay, yeah.
All right, everybody. So yeah, so if you're interested in getting in contact with Bon, you are absolutely welcome to contact me or comment in the comments here, and we can connect you with him. He is an excellent guide, and we work with him on our Vietnam tours. Which, Reed, are we doing that in 2022?
Yeah, we've got a couple scheduled in early in the year. So, you know, hopefully things will go well with COVID there so that we can execute those tours. But that's the world we live in for the moment. So it's a wait and see world. So
if you're interested in joining Bon in Vietnam, my very good friend, I believe it's Katarina Moore, is going to be running one of those, and she is a delightful person. And so if you're interested in traveling, you can go to the Imprint Tours website, imprinttours.com, and you can check out our departures for next year. I'm not sure when the next time I'll do a Vietnam tour is, maybe in 2023. We'll see. But for 2022, there are tours in the winter, so February of next year. So.
Colleen Murphy, for those of you who know her, is also doing a tour for us in 2022.
Yes, and Colleen Murphy is also a longtime colleague of ours for the last, more than 20 years. She's wonderful as well. So both excellent guides, and along with Bon, you'll have a wonderful time. So go ahead and check it out. Very good. Thank you so much, Reed, for hosting, and thank you, Bon, for your wonderful tour guiding today. I feel like I'm on the back of that scooter with you.
Okay, goodbye, everyone, and good night. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody. We're signing off.